Okay, guys, thank you so much for coming. The name of our workshop and meeting today is how to go from 0 to 30 million in sales volume. Some of you know me, some of you don't know me. So I'm going to let you know a little bit about me, who I am and why am I in front of you, why do I have knowledge to share this stuff with you. So my name is Oleg. I got into the business in 2017. And I went in full time. I was doing a logistic business before that, a little bit of, I had a couple of trucks, and then I decided to sell it off and start this whole thing of real estate. I thought that maybe, sales is something that I need to work on. I was a horrible sales guy, didn't know how to control the sale, what the sales cycle looks like, what does it mean to sell. I thought you have to convince somebody. So I thought I need to get a job in sales. And I read the book. Tom Hopkins has, I forgot the name of the book, but basically he was selling 300 houses a year, probably with a team or something, and he was sharing his knowledge. I picked it up. I kind of saw myself doing this stuff. I thought, I think I'm going to do this. I think I like it. Knew nothing about the business, didn't research, didn't do anything to find out if there's money in it or not. Went on all in, and in 2017, I sold only 2 houses. First condo was for myself, second one was for my friend. It took me 7 months to get going, and on my 8th month I got a condo, I got another contract, super excited. I was very excited. And the biggest help was that one of the agents in that previous office was selling 30 houses. And I thought that if he could do it, I'll do it too. That was kind of my push. It was helping me to keep going. And I was frustrated so much with, I was doing a lot of cold calls in the beginning, just making a lot of calls for sale by owner, expired, couldn't get nobody to agree, it was horrible. Then I got a listing, somebody agreed, I got it, 100,000 overpriced, took me a year to sell it. But in 2017 I sold 2 homes, in 2018 I sold 16 homes. And it started like snowballing. All of a sudden, it was a lot of build up. Nothing's happening, and then all of a sudden, I get call here, I get call there. Somebody over there says, "I'll do a business with you." Sold 16 homes, and then I kept pushing, and I sold then 32. Then next year I sold 62 or 63. Then we sold 132. That's with help. Couple agents helped me close 132, and then last year we did 222 as a team already. And together we did 60 million last year, but 2021 we did 35 million or something like that. Some of you have a goal, maybe. Actually, you know what? I want to figure out who wants to sell over 100 houses a year. Oh, that's so good. Okay. Because it's not everybody's goal, I figured it out. I thought in the beginning my goal was 100 houses a year, and that's what everybody wants. And we're competing against each other. Everybody wants 100. I learned that not everybody wants to sell 100 houses. Some people just want to sell 1 house, 2 houses, and that's okay. That's why, in my opinion, to go from 0 to 5 million volume is harder than go from 5 to 30. Because when you go from 5 to 30, all you have to do is press the gas. Press the gas, and that's it. You go in, full speed, and then you have to just implement some systems to help you with, with the lead flow, with the conversion, with follow-up, which is super important. We're going to talk about it. But going from 0 to 5 million is harder than 5 to 30. Working for free, you see this event is all free, total free. That's my concept. I believe in working for free. I'm a volunteer in real estate. Everybody who likes my approach will probably do a business with me. And working for free is a concept that helps you relax. You don't feel like, oh, I need to push this person to do this. I need to convert someone. You don't need to do any of that. You're just being there for free. And if you understand that this business is all relationship, and sooner or later, if you build relationship with this person, they will recommend you. Maybe they're not going to buy or sell with you, but they will refer you in a year or 2. If you understand that concept, and the name of the game is relationship instead of money or transactions, work for free makes sense for you. The other concept is that the business is unlimited. There's no competition, even though there's 40 or how many thousands of, tens of 40 or 60, I don't know how many agencies there. This business is unlimited. The same person does deals every couple of years, average is 7 years or whatever. Plus, there's a lot of people that are entering the market too. So this business is totally unlimited. There's no competition. The closings will be happening all the time, every single year, every single day. No market, wouldn't matter what the market does. Even if when the market goes up, people buy because it's going to be more expensive tomorrow. When the market starts turning, those people back off. They're like, okay, wait, I don't know what's going on. Seller's not going to drop the price because they believe that the prices are going up. You're going to tell them the prices are flattening? No, I've heard that before. I'm not dropping my price. And so in that period when everything's growing and stopping, then you feel like my business is dying, and that's how it's going to be. But then the business starts turning either one of the directions, and if it starts going down, now sellers start selling because tomorrow will be cheaper. Investors start showing up because now it's a discount. So you always have business. It's unlimited. It's no matter what the market does, 100%. I thought in the beginning that if this market, because it's been so good from 2010 to 2017, everything goes up, what if it stops? This whole industry collapses. Because in 2008, every agent left the industry. Half of the industry left the business. So I thought that, everything's good now, but then everything's going to drop. That was my mindset. I had a problem with it. And another one was that 2.5% commission is going to go away because there's flat fee companies. Thanks God, I listened to a lot of podcasts and read a lot of books that it doesn't matter. This thing has been around for a long time. The flat fee has been there. The market going up and down, everything, is, there's no problem with, with you doing the business in whatever the market does. So if maybe some of you don't have a license yet, I know some of you entering the business, maybe you have some kind of, I don't know if this industry works for me or not. This people business, we're in the people business. Real estate just happens to be something that we talk about, we need to be knowledgeable about. But the number one skill we need to learn is how to talk to people, how to understand people, how to listen to what they're saying. They want to be heard, how to understand what they really mean. Sometimes they test you. Sometimes they throw you a question that might be a test, whether this person wants the commission or what they want to help me, So you have to figure out how to learn this. This is like a big skill. And like I went into this type of sales instead of sales like, for example, I was in a trucking business. I could have been selling truckloads. But I didn't like it because there's no meeting people, shaking hands. I really like that, and I think that's a big piece in this business is, shake a hand, meet them. Really no sales. Like when you sell in the car, you a little bit you understand that this person, if they leave, they're probably not coming back. Maybe if you build a relationship, they will send somebody else with you. But then that industry works probably the way that, you have to sell them at that meeting. You have to meet with them multiple times, and that selling somebody, pushing somebody, thinking that you need to convert somebody here, wrong, totally wrong. This is 180 degrees from what it really is. So relationships super important, and building your brand, working for free. Those are the three concepts that I wanted to talk about. So if you decide to be a $1 million producer, $1 million a year income producer, that's also possible. You have to understand that this is possible 100%. It's just going to be a lot of work. There's no life balance, life-work balance in the beginning. If you want to balance this thing, this is going to take a lot longer. In the beginning, I would also advise, if you're entering the business, not to do it full-time, even though I did it full-time. I think it was a little maybe wrong. But if you don't have something to support you, pay the bills, or some person who's going to help you survive, you will become desperate, because it takes time. And sometimes it's even longer than 6 months. Some people, it takes a year. For some, it takes 2 weeks, and then you're on the contract. Sometimes it takes longer, and people get discouraged, like you as an agent. You get discouraged, and then your desperate voice is going to come across, and people are going to be feeling it. And I think this agent is, They're desperate. So going part-time would be probably my advice in the beginning until you get going. I went full-time because I know myself. If I have two things and this thing is not working out, the other thing is working, I'm going to stop spending my time here on money. I'm going to start doing the thing that works, and I will drop this real estate thing. So I put myself behind against the wall. There's no way back. I'm going all in. And it was frustrating. Me and Sean, we had a conversation the other day. He's making a lot of calls, and he was actually at the point where it was like, it's really a lot of frustrations. But that's what it takes. You want it now, it takes time. It takes time, and it's a lot of rejection. And that's one thing that I want to also mention. As a professional, you have to develop. Like you have to grow your skills. You have to develop things that make you better. Not only knowing what the market is doing. Because you have to be very knowledgeable, informative, and explain people what the market, because everybody's going to ask you, if you meet a lot of people, they're going to ask you, what's going on in the market? And you're going to say, oh, the market's good. Or you're going to say, interest rates went up, inflation, and all these things. Everything you know about the market, the more information you give them, your opinion, you always have to be careful about the opinion. You're not going to say interest rate's going to come down in the summer, because you don't know. You have to say, looks like, we don't know, but it seems like, everybody's talking about this article, that article, the reason why, and all that, and then people listen to it. I remember I had a conversation recently. A client called me, and he says, I was told market's dropping and everything like that. And the first thing I said, I was listening to him. I would listen, I would ask him questions, agreeing first, and then I would present my opinion, and his voice changed completely. Now he's listening, asking me, and then he's saying opposite to what he was saying in the beginning. Testing, he was just, just throwing stuff at me to see what the response is going to be. So a lot of questions that you hear also for people that are test questions, they want to feel how much you know. The easiest client is the one who comes back to you. This client already knows how you work. This client already has experience with you. That goes back to follow-up. The follow-up, a lot of us don't focus on it in the beginning, and I wasn't focused on it in the beginning. I thought that I need to reach as many people as I can, grab their attention, and that's my model. But then I realized that, oh, this guy bought with me, but then sold with somebody else, or something like that. And I'm starting to seeing that the follow-up is something that I need to work on. Now we have a system that helps automation with automation and all that. We spend a lot of money on marketing at the end of the year to clients and stuff like that. We believe that follow-up is it's the most important thing. But also follow up not to the past clients, but to the ones that you're reaching. Like you're trying to talk to the stranger. I believe that the highest level of salesperson is the one who can meet the stranger, make them feel that you're the professional, and move them throughout the transaction, close transaction. This is the highest level. Doing the deals with a stranger and convincing them that you're the highest skilled professional. Start building a database, letting everybody who knows you know that you're a realtor. Like if somebody asks you what you do, it's your fault. It's your fault 100% that you did not communicate it. The easiest way, back in the days they used to call, send texts, mail. I'm a realtor, like announcement cards, And I started, they give me 100. But now you got social, you got Facebook, Instagram, all these things. You can just put a post and everybody, but then you have to remind them. Like sometimes you might see, oh, my friends just bought a house with some realtor. They know I'm a realtor. They're not thinking about you. They're thinking about themselves. Whoever's first on their mind or in front of them, they're just going with them. So you have to keep reminding them. That's important. So first is let everybody who knows you know what you do, and then keep expanding it. And don't forget to remind them every single day. Pretty much that's it. That's all you need to do. And we can actually end here, but we're gonna keep going because I got a lot of stuff here. From 0 to 5 is harder than from 5 to 30. Just that's my honest opinion. Not sounding like every other realtor. I'll tell you the story. Homeless guy, and the guy walks by, and he says, the homeless guy comes up and then, hi, how you doing? Stuff like that. Starts talking. Hey, I'm from this, I'm from this state. Oh, my family used to live there, this and that. So they start talking. Homeless guy never asks for anything. The guy walks. Next day, the guy walks by the homeless guy. He gives him money. The guy got the money, and he never asked for it. I never asked for a referral. Never in a single time in my life. I never asked for a single referral. And I was told to ask for referrals. That's what they teach you, Ask for referrals. Remind them all the time. keep calling them on your schedule, ask them to give you some business, ask them to think about somebody else who might be selling or buying. That to me seems like desperation a little bit. That's my opinion, but I never asked for it, and it worked. And I was flooded with referrals, and they keep coming, and I never asked for a single referral. That story, as soon as I heard it, it's like, it's me. Because sometimes some things are very uncomfortable. Like I'm probably sure that a lot of you are scared of making the cold call, right? That the only thought about this call is like, what am I going to say? These people don't want to hear from me. They just specifically went on their own because they don't want these realtors. How am I going to convince them? This and that. And you don't have to do it, There's so many ways to do everything works, but you have to stick, with it. Like mailers work. We use Remind to mail out to people that bought with us or sold with us. 100 houses around the corner. You make it specific that this house was sold with my team. Through Remind, it's all automated. We send mailers. You do one time, nobody's going to call you. You do it 4 times, you spend $600, somebody's going to call you. It works every time. Every time we mail, I get a call. It's not going to be right away sometimes. Sometimes they keep that letter for 9 months. Dima in the back, he had an experience. He sent the letter, 9 months later, he got a listing. You sold it or no? Okay, but it's okay, it's gonna sell. Market's good. But yeah, I remember you told me I mailed nothing, and then boom, she called. These mailers, the specific ones. But the reason I'm saying is because everything works. The cold call works. That kind of helps you with whenever you're gonna see a project, the builder's building the project, and there's a phone number. Who knows what that number leads to, but I want to do a business with it. The skills you get from these cold calls is going to let you pick up the phone and call and hey, I want to do a business with you. Then you're going to feel comfortable just because you did it before, just because you already have that little skill going. I think if you want to reach 100 houses a year mark, you have to be like a mixed martial artist. You have to know how to call, how to mail, copywriting skills. It goes back to acquiring skills. The more skills you acquire, the more complex you begin, and then you're very confident. You become super confident in your skin. You're walking into situations with clients. You know how to guide them. You're very comfortable. You know how to crack a joke here and there. Just to relax them. A lot of buyers come. They're always and then if you give them the agreement right away before they see your face. All these things like developing skills, social skills, communication skills, video skills, cold call skills, all these are one of agents who's with us, he's only doing Instagram stories and he's selling first year 50 houses just through that. Pick your lane, but you have to stick. It takes 6 months at least to get some momentum. And a lot of people would do a little bit and then they're like, I'm switching, and that's why nothing works, because you have to stick to this one model. But some techniques are scalable and some are not scalable. Cold call is not scalable. Mail is also one-to-one. The videos, the pictures are scalable. I'm going to talk a little bit about the Facebook ads too, the ones I use. I'm going to give you everything that I've used to get to the 30 million, 35 million, my own production, and then whatever the team does now, I don't count as my own. That's not my own. And everything that I've done, everything, I'm going to just lay it out. Maybe we'll get some nuggets here and there. Maybe you'll just get the mindset shift, maybe a little bit. Because in the beginning, I had a lot of problems in my mindset. I was listening to podcasts. I was actually twice on that. Real Estate Rockstars. You can find me talking. There's two episodes that I did there. One before I was going to 100 deals. They interviewed me and I said, I'm going to do 100 deals this year. And then this one I did a couple months ago. They interviewed me, so we did 132, and then we kind of And then also you can find me on YouTube. I put out a lot of stuff there. The two biggest pieces that I think are the fundamental for everything. If you want to get high, 2 pieces is commitment. It's like I'm doing it no matter, because it's not concrete in everybody's mind. It's not concrete. I saw it. I went in because I burned all the bridges. I got nothing to back to support me. I just got this own thing that I have to figure out how to make this work, and I was committed. That was that was the most important thing, and I think the commitment is scary, because as soon as you commit, now I'm doing it. It's almost like go on the stage. Here's the microphone. Go on the stage. You're like, oh, what do I say? but you know it's going to be beneficial. You know it's going to work. If you go on a stage in front of 1,000 people, you say I'm a realtor, somebody's going to do business with you right away. But then you're not going to do it because you're scared, you know? For me, it's tough. It's super tough. Carlos doing the videos with me. I feel like people are walking, I'm like, Carlos, let them walk, you know, first. I'm going to do after they walk. And, you know, it's super uncomfortable. It's still, in like 6 years almost, I'm doing these videos. It's like, it never stops. And I feel some people are like so much better. Like, I see this person first time on the video, I was like a million times horrible than this. This is so easy for this person. And then they don't do it. You know, commitment goes back to commitment. 2 C's, commitment and confidence. 100%. I thought about this for many hours. I'm just going back to the same thing, everything. And then after that, everything else is building on it. Like, I'm committing, I'm doing this no matter what. The world goes to the end. I'm still a realtor. You know, I'm going all in. No matter what the market does, I'm going to just adapt. The market shifts, I'm going to talk a different message. The market, you know, goes up, I'm going to work with these people. It just doesn't matter. I'm going to win. Because in 2007, 8, 9, there were realtors that were making a lot of money. The previous office I was at, this agent wanted to switch the industry. He wanted to start selling pools, I think, or something else, or securities, I think. And he said, he went to the managing broker, he said, how much does this top agent makes in our company? And the managing broker says, $250. And he went, this company is making only $150 selling, whatever was it, pools or something. He said, okay, I'm going to stick with this industry because I think $100K makes a difference. You know, you can make this much money because she's making that money. So he ended up staying, and good for him, you know, everything, you know, he stayed and adapted. Confidence means that, you know, you making the phone call or you making the video, and you just, you know, people want confidence. People want this, you know, this little energy that that shows them that you know what you're talking about. And then the confidence appears when you read a lot of news, and you know you commit yourself, and then the reading starts from commitment because you committed yourself. Now you start reading, and then the confidence shows up. You know, it's like whatever you try to look at it from either way, just always goes back to these 2 things. You know, and a lot of people are scared because they're also scared about their own success. You think, if I commit, if I start doing this video, start making calls, start doing everything I can, there's probably like 99% chance that I'm going to make a lot of money here. Oh, maybe, you know, maybe I'm scared to make a lot of money. So you'll be surprised. Sometimes that's one of the reasons. Okay, and then here's one more thing. How people choose, that was my thought. How people choose a realtor. How do they choose who to work with? I'm a regular guy, working 9 to 5. I want to sell my house. Which one do I choose? Call my friend, right? They recommend. That's how. Or if you don't know nobody, you're not gonna know nobody to choose. Then you either start Googling, researching. But what you're looking for is work ethic, commitment, discipline, you know, knowledge, skills. You're looking for the best. I thought that for me to wait for somebody to look me up and find me, who knows if they're going to find me, I'm going to be just in their face. If I'm in their face, they're gonna do unconscious decisions that I'm going to work with this guy. And I saw a white space. Nobody was doing it. My first stuff that I was starting to do is the interviews with restaurants. And we're going to look at the end on one of the videos, my very first video that I did. The couple last ones we did together, so those are more polished with Carlos. But in the beginning, I was doing it on my own. Put like this, you know, do stuff. So it was tough. But I always thought that this was the game changer. Game changer. No other videos than interviews with local businesses did anything for me compared to what this stuff did. Going back to, you know, how people choose a real estate agent is they want somebody who is showing up all the time, who is showing that they're disciplined, hardworking, you know, and because I've heard it also from the people that hired me, and they telling the inspector, the reason I hired Oleg was because I saw him doing some videos. He's jumping, you know, looks like he's got energy. I'm going to work with him, you know. He's got some energy going. I really admire, like, if I'm looking for a dentist, if this dentist starts putting a bunch of teeth or like happy client stuff like that, they're very confident. They're very comfortable in this job, and I just attracted to it. I'm attracted myself. I want to do the business with this person. my teeth are going there, you know. So I want to see that from my own, and I've heard that from clients. So and I figured it out, you know. I knew it in the beginning. Like, how would they pick so many realtors? Crazy, like tens of thousands. Nobody needs to get, you know, like to get into real estate. Super easy. Get past the test, and you're in the business. You know, you call yourself a realtor. You sell one house in 10 years. You're a realtor, and the one who sells 100 a year, also a realtor. And then the biggest one is like, I've been 40 years in the business, you know. But then the question is how many houses you sell, and some of your skills are you need to unlearn whatever you know, you know. So that's a little bit a question there. So people kind of want to, and everything is on social. So I'm going to talk about social in a little bit, but also big concept. Book, jab, 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 right hook. Everybody knows. You give. Don't ask for anything. Comes back 100%. Never ask for a single referral. Never ask for business. I never ask. I'm shy. I don't want to ask for it. You know, I don't feel comfortable asking for business. One guy in my office, previous office, was calling nonstop to clients asking them for referrals. Clients wouldn't pick up the phone. He would leave the voicemail. It was just going to the voicemail. It's just horrible. I hate it. I would just be, you know, out everywhere. Oh, but I was comfortable making cold calls. In the beginning, no, but then later I got comfortable, and I would ask for business there, but I never got it. So it was cold is hard, but it also is one of the avenues because I got listings and I got referrals later, this and that, but it's not scalable. So if you want to get to 100, good luck with cold calls. You know, it's tough. You better have some easy ones coming. You have to have like at least like half of this 100. Like it's just natural referrals that are coming out of nowhere. You don't even know where they came from. That's built with, you know, happy clients. That takes time, but also you need to have follow-up systems in place. Taxes went up. Email goes to all of your clients. Taxes are up. In 11 months, your auto email goes to your clients. Your insurance is about to expire in 30 days. Shop around. You know, there's so much technology right now. Get a CRM, you know, that has these things built in. I didn't have it in the beginning, and then as soon as we, you know, started having the system, we had to upload all these people into the system. That's a big mess. If you start from the beginning, it's all automated. So things like that, keeping you in touch. How much it takes? You write one time and you click, and it goes to all of your past clients, or even not past clients. Hey, you know, you can reach out and kind of do a story or something. I would like to keep you posted on what's going on in the market. Give me your email. People like, okay, I'll give you an email. They would be creative. One time I got, one of the best clients I ever got was the guy who bought a multifamily, bought a flip, sold a flip, and bought 3 condos for investment. He was an investor. It did like this. Houses in Park Ridge under 300,000. That was 4 years ago. I did the list. Went to MLS, looked for Park Ridge under 300,000, pulled like 10 houses, right? Created PDF of all these houses with pictures. Put the PDF in Google Drive. Google Drive gives you a link. You go to Facebook, business.facebook.com. You create an ad. You put a picture, download it from Google. You put a picture, downsizing, question mark. Here's homes for sale in Park Ridge under 300,000. Click the link. You install the link, go into your Google Drive. As soon as they click, the pop-up window shows up. They put in your information. You get it. You get an email with their information. You make a call. So again, like 20 of them, one of them said, I'm an investor. If you got multifamily, let me know. So I put him on a 6-month nothing. Here I get an email going home. He's like, I want to look at it. We meet, we get together, we talk, and then he says, put me on the multifamily too. I'll put him next day. The multifamily shows up. We put it on the contract, and then rolling. You know, we did so much business together. Just creating that. Now, companies that provide you a CRM, they do this for you too. They can do it. But I would probably not spend any money if you're probably in the beginning stage. Maybe you're selling like 50 houses a year. Maybe 30 is okay to start spending. But in the beginning, just remember, no money at all. You could be broke, zero, just pay your bills. You only need, phone to ring, and that's it. Because Facebook's free, Instagram's free, stories are free, email is free. But if you want to automate your email that goes out to everybody, then it's going to cost money. That's a system. Oh, MailChimp. MailChimp is free. MailChimp is free. But I already have a list of more people than they allow, so I have to pay now. But it's fine. Most of the time I never paid. I'm going to get to the Facebook ads a little deeper. Before you get success, before you start making progress and you see, okay, this thing is working for me now, I think I'm doing good, you're going to have a lot of rejection. Rejection is what you need. The sooner you get that rejection, the sooner the success is. It's super close. It's one next to each other. If you start hearing like, I hate you, I don't want you, things like that, when you start making calls, it's very close. When you start seeing that the clients, your friends are doing business with somebody else, you're very close. That's the step that you have to go through. You can't skip it. It's just inevitable. If somebody is doing some business, you just have to go through the rejection first, and then you'll have success. And that's why, if I only knew that I have to go through rejection, probably wouldn't go into real estate. I thought it's not going to be that much. I thought it's going to be a little easier. But then it started to be so hard. But my wife, she's right there, she said that there's no way, if you're putting out so much work, it's not going to work out. There's no way. And I kind of remembered that. It's like, she said there's no way. And I believe that too. And I think, okay, that's going to work. And then I kept putting in, that carried me through. Things started to work. So, but the rejection is first. And then I wish I didn't know that in the beginning. No, I'm happy that I didn't know that, because I would have stopped, probably wouldn't go into the industry. So if you're brand new, if you're thinking about going, ask yourself if you like working with people, because that's what's going to be the biggest piece. If you're just here for the money, yeah, the money is a big piece. You make a lot of money here, but it has to be the people first, and then the money. But the reason we're here is for the money. But then you need to be focused on people first, and like being around people. And that's the skill I learned, because I was kind of shy and closed. I wasn't like very social, but I felt like there's something that I want. I want to be social. And that was a skill that I had to learn and take courses, take a lot of stuff, and trainings, and and it kind of worked. And then I enjoyed it, and but you feeling uncomfortable every time you want to grow, it's like one time you're gonna grow, and then you're gonna plateau. To get to the next level, you find what's uncomfortable, and then you do that, and then you're gonna feel funny. That's how it works. It's funny. You have to start feeling uncomfortable, feel rejection first, and then it works. But then as you're going, and then as you're growing, the rejection thing doesn't bother you anymore. It's like you get the shield, it's not going through anymore. It's fine. The market doesn't dictate agent's business. That's what and acquiring skills. You need to know now how to open up the conversation. Sometimes you're with a stranger one-on-one. How are you going to open them up? That's a skill. How do you want to compliment them? How are you going to learn? Hey, looks like maybe are you from Greece or something? Do you speak, what language do you speak? It's just a little bit of a skill of opening up people. When you're meeting with the buyers, there's usually one person who is more talking and the other one is more quiet. Always like that. If you don't pay attention to the one that's quiet, and you just do the business with the one that's talking, the one that's quiet is kind of, you forget about them a little bit because they don't talk. I like to talk with, that's it, you're done, almost. Like, it's a 50-50 that you're going to close them, because as soon as they sit in the car, the one that's not talking to you is like, I don't like that realtor, they don't talk to me, or stuff like that, just 100%. When there's children, you have to win the children first, and then the mom, and then the father. That's the trajectory. Because if you can, kind of, hey, what's the name, how old, here's a little something, that's it. The client's locked in. You can be focused on, it's a big one. So with the buyers and paying attention to everybody in the family, when an inspection, the family comes, and, parents start looking under the sink and everything, you have to pay attention to them a lot. They could be your advocate or the one who's going to help them go different way. That's important too. All goes back to people skills. You know how to open up. Different people have different keys. Like with this one, I can talk numbers. With this one, I got to talk about Christmas tree. With this one, I got to talk where they from. Oh, a dad comes and he starts asking about he seems like he's knowledgeable about the house. He knows everything. So you're like, oh, looks like you know everything about the house. You're in construction. You've owned a couple houses. feels good, you know. He feels like, oh, he recognized that I know a lot. And that's it. That's all he wants to know. He wants to be heard, you know. That's the key. Let everybody know that they're heard. I hear you. And mirroring stuff, you know, like repeating last couple words after them feels very good. They don't notice it. You're going to do it intentionally. You're going to, kitchen's too small. Like, dining room's too small. Dining room's too small. They don't notice it. These things are, read the book, Never Split the Difference by Chris Voss. It's the #1. Google ads, Facebook ads, Instagram ads, those are skills. Before you hire somebody to do it, figure out how to do it yourself, you know. How to do Facebook ads. I have it on my YouTube. I did it on, I recorded the stuff, how to do it, how I do it. I reached 195 people last year, 195,000 people last year, and I spent a couple thousand, not much, 1,000 or 2, something like that. I spent money. The reason is because I was reaching the audience that I created. Like if you're retargeting the same people, that's cheap. It's like pennies. It's like a cent per person. Not even. No, it's like $4 per 1,000 people. So I don't know how much that is. 4 cents maybe. No, not even. So all these skills, like do you have Google profile? Google My Business profile, important. Zillow profile, important. Google local service ads. I'm giving you a super secret right now. Google's local service ads. That one is where you get the listing calls. You have to have some sales. They're going to verify that. If you have maybe one, maybe it's going to work. I don't know. First, you want to create Google My Business account with an address. You know, they ship you the code. You get the ladder. You put in the code. They verify you, and now you have your page like a restaurant page. And then you get some reviews from people. You know, get some reviews, and then when you open local service ads, like if you Google right now local realtor near me, 3 pictures show up. You click see more, a list shows up, and that's based on how they pick up the phone, how often they pick up the phone, because people go through Google, and when you pick up the call, it says Google calling. You know. And then you know it's a client calling. Sometimes the painter's calling, sometimes, you know, contractor's calling for business. And then you can dispute, so you're going to get charged. This is free. You don't pay for that. You pay only if you accept the lead. And they sometimes leave a voicemail. Voicemail is transcribed. You can hear it. You can read it. And you say, accept the lead, call them, book appointment. I listed houses from that. Local service ads, Google local service ads. GLCA, it's called like that. So, you know, and then writing skills too. Like you can take courses on writing. So you write your copy on Facebook, you write listing descriptions, you write messages to your clients, email. It's a skill. And writing a copy skill, which is, you know, writing skill. You take a course for $20, $30, $100 on Udemy. You take that skill. Now you learn. You know stuff. Like one email that Chris Voss says, when somebody's not responding, have you given up on this? Question mark. I've seen some sales guy using that on me, so I think, oh yeah, they read the book. But have you given up on this? People don't want to give up. They don't. I'm not a loser. I'm not giving up. I'm not. No. Yeah, it might work. It might not. But that's like one of the tips that he puts in a. This stuff is very good in the Chris Voss book. You know, how to negotiate. Never split the difference. He's an FBI agent who would negotiate with, you know, with guys that have hostages. You know. And he's got trainings, like he put a guy on the spot. He's like, okay, 36 and she's that, talk to me. And the guy's trying to come up with stuff to talk, you know. It kind of makes you think a lot on your feet, you know. Like when your client says, I have to think about it. And you're at the listing appointment, I have to think about it. And we've all been through it. Okay, when would you like me to call you back in a week or 2? You know, but, you know, it's when you try to open them up, like, is that the price? Sometimes you put a guess, and then sometimes they will say, no, it's not the price. It's about the market. We had a conversation recently with one of the clients who picked up the phone, and then he said, Sean, what was it? It was the market first, because it was a winter. Then you overcame the market thing. It was like, hey, actually, you know what? Before we get everything moving, it's a December. We're going to be in the front. We're going to be in January. There's a lot of buyers already. There's not that many sellers. The competition is low. And he said, okay, but what is your commission? And then he started overcoming 5% because, you know, he wanted 3%. But, you know, you see, if you leave it like this, you want to think about it, then you don't know what the problem is. You don't know what he's thinking about. You want to uncover. But the best thing, I think, in uncovering is that is that the price? You drop it, to have them either confirm or decline. And they will open up with their own reason why that happened. I like to ask this. At the showing, I like to say, from 0 to 10, how much this house is working for you? 7. What would make it a 10? Tell me more. These things like, what would make it a 10? That's what I like to ask. I've heard other salespeople using that for other types of sales. What would make it a 10? Oh, if there was a pool or something. Is the pool something that you have to have, or is it something that you wish? And you kind of make the thought-provoking questions. Thought-provoking questions. The ones that make them think, say out loud so the spouse hears that too. Sometimes they don't talk. They don't talk. And then you're trying to help them, but they don't talk. And so when they start answering your questions, now they might start discovering each other in front of you, So you kind of help them to think and express their, opinion and requests out loud. And don't let them just, don't be just a door opener, opening doors and not figure, who knows what's going on in their head. You kind of want to help them a little bit. Okay, about the leads, I wanted to talk about the leads. First of all, don't pay for them. Don't buy them. Those are bad leads. All of them are bad. All of them are bad. I'm buying leads for our team. I'm paying for the leads that are coming. Horrible quality. But if you're hungry and you sit on and then you make the 100 calls, you'll get a client out of there. Some people are Googling, they're doing something. We get them from Google. They're Googling house for sale and displays. Oh no, houses for sale and displays, right? Or buy a house in displays or something like that. And the ad shows up. They log into our site. We get their information. We start calling. It's like you looking for a car. What kind of motivation you have? So much. I don't know. A little bit. Maybe you're just browsing and these dealers start calling you all of a sudden. But if you're good and then you try to build a relationship, maybe this person will work for you. Buyers usually will tell you everything. The first thing you need to do is let everybody who knows you know that you're a realtor. You have to let everybody know that you're a realtor, and they never have a question that you're a realtor. You're the realtor. I am the one. And then you have to grow the audience. The problem some agents make, they only focus on referrals. They only have their database. They only nurturing that database. The other group of agents just focus on new business. I'm just looking for new business. The ones that reach the top is the ones that doing both. They're in the middle. I'm following up with my database. I'm keeping them in a short, here, and then I'm looking for more. I'm adding more. I'm always growing my database, but my database is number one. And when you're starting, who's your database? Your Facebook friends, your real friends, your family is your database. They're not going to do a business with you in the beginning. They're not going to trust you. You're not good yet. You will be good, but they need to see that you're doing some sales in the beginning, and then they're going to trust you. I was told that I'm like a goofy guy on the Facebook. Like, what you doing on the Facebook? Doing some interviews with the restaurant. Even one lady, I was interviewing her, like, why are you doing this? I'm like, you don't get it. You're like, you kidding me? You don't understand this? And she didn't, and nobody did. And then it started working all of a sudden, And then I stopped doing them. I did 17 of them, and then I stopped doing them. And I should be going back to it. We should be actually, as a team, going back to it and doing these restaurants all the time, every day. And we're going to do it. This year, we're going to do them for sure. But that's the biggest one. You guys know, for somebody who's just entering the business, maybe you don't know that the leads, that for sale by owners, expires, cancel listings, you call in the neighborhoods. I'll give you a couple more pretty good ones. Absentee owners are very hot leads. Probate leads, the ones that owner passed away and now somebody else inherited the property. A lot of times they don't want this property. 99% of the time they want to sell it. Door knocking. I did that a little bit. Door knocked a couple, maybe 100 houses, but it was tough. I would wake up the baby one time. The guy was mad at me. I don't know. I think it's not scalable. I think the door knocking thing is like, I would hate if somebody door knocks at my house. Yeah. I think it's like, yeah, but those are kind of like, those are all free. Like, well, no, for probates you'll have to pay. For absentee owners, trick. If you're in the business already, you have MLS, have them for free with the phone numbers. You go to Remind, you filter by absentee, you create a zip code or city, do whatever you want, circle. You create a cart, you put them in a cart, if you know how to do the Remind. Put them in a cart, you download the cart, and then you click phone numbers. It's there because we pull them, and Sean calls. We got them for free. Remind, if you have MLS, you have Remind. If you have Remind, you have phone numbers if you want. And then you can even filter them by whatever you want. You can filter by how many years they own the property, by how much mortgage they have, either it's paid off or not. Things like that, like if somebody owns a property for 20 years and it's paid off, and it's absentee, pretty good chance we can talk. Absentees also are always open to talk because as soon as you're absentee, I'm absentee myself. I got rentals, so I'm absentee too. And if you reach someone who's investor, you got things to talk about. Okay, you're not selling this. Are you buying? How long you owned it? Did you live in there? What's the story? Are you still investing? These type of things move the conversation. You know what? I actually have one else. Like I've got a 2-flat in Peru I want to get rid of. And now I thought that Peru was South America, and then you said, no, Peru, Illinois. Yeah, so it moved somewhere that we got like, oh, yeah, let's do that. We can do that. But we never, you don't ask, hey, do you know anybody else who needs help in business? Like, hey, how actually you bought it? Did you live there? Oh, no. How's the tenant? How's everything? Oh, it's good. I'm going to keep it. Okay. Do you have any more? Is that the only one you have? No, I have more. Oh, wow. You investor? Are you looking for more? Are you still investing? Like, and then you can talk about interest rates, what their goal, are they paid off, what's the goal with the whole investing thing. You move the conversation going, you get a relationship. That's the name of the game. You get a relationship, you get his email, you put him on automated stuff, he gets you. The more you can, anybody knows the Ricky Caruso, YouTube, find him. Yeah. His model is like, he helped me a lot in the beginning. He helped me so much in the beginning with the mindset. I actually had a call with him, and it's on the SoundCloud. I don't want to share it because I'm embarrassed, but if you look for a SoundCloud Ricky Caruso podcast, I was 11 months in the business. I lost 2 deals. I called him. He said, man, change your mindset. It's all horrible. You need to be focused on relationship, not transactions. You're trying to make money on somebody else's house. That's their house. You're not there to make money. You're there to help them. And if you don't change your mindset, put the phone down like, okay, yeah, that's so much sense. With the Facebook ads, I want to tell you that the cheapest Facebook ad you can do is when you create an audience. You have to have a business page, right? So you have a personal page and then you have a business page. You have to start doing videos for that thing to work. If you start doing the videos, either restaurant interviews or you sit down at home, you block the whole day. The first video took me 6 hours to do. So it will take you, and the one at home, and I never posted it. So if you just commit to it, and then in 6 hours you do one video, you're going to have the video, some education. Let's say the interest rates are coming down. There's a lot of buyers. Sellers still not there. Supply is low. Multiple offers out there. If you're interested, call me, blah, blah, blah. How hard is that? It's easy. So you do that little video. You post it on your Facebook page, right? Then you start sharing it to different groups, like 100 groups. Can you add yourself to 100 Facebook groups? Sure. Send it shamelessly. Close your eyes and send it to all the groups. I used to like, should I send it to that group? And Sophia, my wife, says, send it everywhere. Don't matter. And I'm like, if she tells me, okay, I'll do it. I'll send it. Some people would be, like, and other guys, jumping on my screen, But you share it to all the groups. Now you get views. You get 1,000, 2,000, some kind of views. You'll get them. It's easy on Facebook. 3 seconds is already a view. But the Facebook also catches who watched the video. So you go to the business.facebook.com. It will start logging into your personal account, and then you create your business account. It'll ask you a couple questions. You'll create your account. No big deal. You'll watch it on YouTube. You'll figure it out. And then you have your account, and now you create a campaign. You can do it on a Facebook, you can do it on YouTube, and you can also do campaigns now on Hulu. That's a TV. That's new. That's like a couple weeks old. Hulu TV, that's huge. I haven't done it yet. I'm going to try it. I'm going to record some video, put it on Hulu. You have to spend $500 on Hulu, but don't worry about it. Do the Facebook first. You go to Facebook, you First, you create an audience, and you go to audience, create audience, and ask you, you say, whoever watched my video, gives you a box. You select which video you want. You have one, so you select one. You wait a week to get some views. You select one, and people who watch 3 seconds at least of that video. And you create an audience. It's enter, it start populating. It start grabbing these people into the little bucket that you're going to be using against whenever you're going to be running new videos. And then the new video you're going to put, you're going to go to business.facebook.com. You're going to run against that audience, the ones that already saw it again. Those are extremely cheap. It costs roughly $4 to reach 1,000 people. Kidding me? $4 to reach 1,000 people. One of them gonna keep seeing you, keep seeing. I'm pretty sure you probably see me all the time on Facebook. Probably I'm popping up, That's because these systems are doing whatever they're doing, So that Facebook ads thing is huge, and do it into the audience. Because it's cheap. If you start like broadcasting it, it's super expensive. The price goes up, and then you spend hundreds of dollars for engagement. And don't put any links, because the link now is going to kind of make the reach lower, because now the Facebook is going to only give it to people who are likely to click the link. If you're not likely to click the link, you're not going to see it. You don't need these links. You need to brand. You need to reach. And also when you do the Facebook ad, you click reach. Or it's called now, I think, awareness. I reached 195,000 people last year with the Facebook ads. It didn't pay too much. No, it didn't cost me too much. So you have to do anything you can to get the first couple deals going, anything you can. Open houses, awesome strategy to get new business going. There's a lot of buyers walking around with no realtors right now. Not working with nobody. Because I'm doing open house every Sunday on my new construction in Chicago. Got the whole street for sale. Still for sale, nothing sold. I'm doing it every week. And bunch of buyers coming with no realtors. Like, I'm not really asking them, but when they're interested, I'm kind of like, who's helping you? Oh, we just started looking. We don't have a realtor. But I'm really not interested in too much, but there's a lot of them walking with no realtor. Open houses are a great strategy to meet new people. I was not good at open houses, never was, and that was not my favorite strategy. It was hard for me in the beginning to open up people. I was always talking about the house. They don't want to talk about the house. They want to talk something else, the weather, the football game, things like that. I don't know these things, I'm a little bit about the real estate. So, it was a little bit hard for me to open up the open house people. But Piara, she's killing open houses. She's like an open house queen. We got the flag going, Yeah, I was one time I asked her, Piara, can I have the flag? Like, no, I needed the flag. From 0 to 20 deals a year, that's your first step, right? That was my first goal for 2018. I wanted to do 20 deals. Like, I wanted to just do 20 deals. I actually almost hired a coach, but something happened. They got disconnected, and then they reached back to me, and we got. But I told him I need 20 deals. He said, no problem. That's easy. He told me this. You need one oil well. You pick which oil well you're gonna use. Either that's going to be a cold calls, videos on social, open houses. You really, for 20 deals a year, you need one oil well. You actually want to also spend some time looking at other oil wells, reaching through Remind, sending letters to people that are neighbors to the house that just sold, is also a good way to get listings. And listings also bring buyers. You put a listing, you get calls from buyers, and then you're really going pretty good. But mailers now cost money, and now through Remind it costs 70 cents per address. So you send 300, you spend $200 here. Gas, this, and then you stop spending on Remind, and now you're not doing anything. So it's like mailers. I sent out one time 5,000 mailers, just saying. To absentee owners, just regular mail. Absentee, something like, I know you own, I'm a realtor, call me. Nobody called. 5,000 mailers, because it was general message. You have to be specific. The house around the corner at 123 Deer Path Lane sold for a good amount of money, short period of time, multiple offers. There's still many buyers out there looking for homes. If you would like to sell yours, let me know. because it's specific. You have to be careful if you haven't sold it. I was yesterday at the training. For the managing brokers, they told me yesterday, if you haven't sold it, you cannot say you sold it. I mean, we know that, but even the phrase like, "we'll help you sell yours too," is not allowed. You have to be careful with the wording a little bit. Don't confuse the public that it's you who sold, but you can just message you type in your message as if there's multiple buyers still looking because there was multiple offers. If you want to sell, it's good time, and then you can put it on, like, be smart about it. But this message works. If you're working with buyers, if you have one buyer, you've got one buyer, and this buyer kind of like a specific little bit. They tell you they want a Glen Allen or something, whatever, and they liked one townhouse and they missed out. Every time they like something and they miss out, put in your habit that you go to Remind, you pull the whole neighborhood and you send them. I have a buyer who's looking for 3-bedroom, 2-bath with a basement, 2 kids, 1 dog, the brown dog, looking and things like that. There's nothing on the market. We want to close ASAP, FHA, no better, whatever's there. And then the more specific you are, the better. And Remind will click and sends. You don't have to do anything. I used to print and do the thing. It took me so much time. Crazy. This is like click, done. Very good one. You'll get calls. Is your buyer still out there? Whatever situation is, yes, no, and but don't be careful. Don't just lie. Don't say that I have a buyer, but that you don't. Don't do it. That's they're gonna feel that you're just fishing. And some people will call you and ask you, are you just fishing for listings, or you really have? And if you really have someone, you can or you're like, no, I already put it on the contract, but we found something. We found this in this street, and you sound confident. They're gonna believe you, and then I got listing from that too, 100%. Last year, I sold 36 listings, and the rest was buyers. I'm now trying to deleverage my own credits. I try to help the team to get the credits more. But throughout those 37 listings that I sold, probably 20 were through Remind. I'm going to
stop you there. So if you are sending a letter from Remind, can you tell, I just sold this and that?
If you were the buyer's agent.
No, if you are just like, let's say that you are either or, doesn't really matter. Can you tell that you still have buyers, for example, who are still
Do you?
in this? Yeah.
Do you?
Wow.
You don't have them.
No.
You can say there are still multiple buyers because you know that there are.
There are buyers. You cannot tell that I have buyers or we have buyers as a team. No.
I don't know. You just better put there are still many buyers looking. Because there was multiple offers, there are still, you gotta be careful, If the letter goes to a realtor and then they look you up, it wasn't you who sold, they're gonna try to act like if they're gonna report you, putting yourself in trouble.
No, but like if you close on this place, either for buyer or seller, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
You're gonna say, hey, I just sold this and that, you put the address. We still have a lot of buyers interested in this area, or no? Or you can just say there are.
Say what's true, what's really true. If there is, there is. If not, say there are.
Lake Geneva area, Lake Geneva, Powers Lake, Delavan.
Okay.
And so I figured these postcards, there was one gal in her office, and she's hustling every day. She's working hard.
Cool.
Up in Wisconsin.
Oh,
And I said, what are you doing? She said, I send postcards on a regular basis. So people see me all the time.
Yeah.
Her business is growing. So if I'm a buyer's agent, I'll take, as soon as I get under contract, I'll send a postcard out saying pending. It's pending. Picture of the property, price, then with my information on the back, little tagline. Then when I sell it, when it closes, now I got a second bump on that. I do sold.
Yeah.
And then as I get a few around the lake, I'll put a postcard out with 3 on it. So I'll maximize. Sometimes I'll get 5 hits on a sale, on 5 different postcards. And I just hit one that's going out probably tomorrow, next day. That's cost me $1,400. It's going around to every house on the lake, one of the lakes up there.
But you're in a high price range.
But it's a high. What do you mean, the $1,400 or the
No,
property?
Like how much property is worth? Millions?
Well, I've done everything from 60,000 on a condo hotel to 6 million on a house, and everything in between. And for empty lots from 49,000 to 1.35, and they're only 2 blocks apart. It's all about location. So then when I sell that house, or if I list that house, I say just listed. Then I get a contest contract, under contract. Then I'll do just sold. Now there's 3 I hit on that. So the postcard that's going out tomorrow has 8 properties, and they start at the highest to the lowest price. And that's a postcard of my year in review of the higher, of the gambit of what I sold. From 3.2 million to, I think it was 68,000. And that was a condo hotel at the end. And so I'm maximizing that. Then I put it on my Facebook, right? And I put it on my Wisconsin Facebook. And then I share it to my Facebook. I got over 1,000 people on that. And then I kick it to my real estate here Facebook as just a share. And then I do my Illinois real estate the same way. I bounce it back to just sold in Illinois. I'm also licensed in Wisconsin. So when I'm learning, so right now I'm learning a lot when you talk about social media. I've got to look into this more because I'm not maximizing my benefit, my available benefit on Facebook that I could be. And Facebook, I
You can
found.
even like do a little short on the lake. That's like very nice picture.
See, I never thought about the video, and I got some great views on some of these properties.
Yeah.
And I should do a quick video sitting on a balcony, and
You can even do a little journal.
the range. But taking this past year and maximizing everything I can out of it, I'll throw a lot of money at it. You have to, because they want to see repetition. Then you become the person they remember.
And then you also want to do Facebook add people, add, grow your audience. Make them, if you start with 200, that's fine. I started with 200 on Facebook and 200 on Instagram. Keep adding, friends on Facebook, grow your audience. They don't know you have mutual friends, it's fine, it's your friend. If they don't add you, they don't add you, but a majority will. Because you have mutual friends, you're happy, you're looking happy, but your Facebook profile must be like, real estate on the banner, professional picture, bio says real estate, content is real estate, mixed up with personal, very good, it's very good. My pictures with my daughter get, a couple hundred, like 300-400 likes. Me doing some real estate get, not much. But then if somebody gets, oh, who's that friend looking, oh, realtor, okay, either add or not add, I don't care, that's easy, click add. Regarding buyers, my honest opinion is that working with buyers without pre-approval is good. I don't care about the pre-approval. To build relationship. Even if you waste your time, the more time you waste, the more money you make. That's my honest opinion. A lot of people would say that you need the pre-approval, you need to make sure you're pre-qualified, this and that. Of course, that's how it's told. But I would work with them without pre-approval, especially in the beginning, because you could build relationship. They will like you. They're not gonna buy this year, but they will come back next year, and they already have relationship. This is the name of the game. It's the relationship. Would you talk to somebody in the Starbucks who reaches your hand and talk to you about real estate? You would. This person is reaching out a little step further to talk about the houses and look, and now you don't want to because they don't have a piece of paper. Of course, you want to educate them. They need this pre-approval. They're not going to buy without it, everything like that. But you want to get the relationship going. Don't stop at it, because this is what the realtors need, pre-approval. Buyers don't need the pre-approval. They need the house, and realtors, a listing agent, the buyer's agent, need the pre-approval. The buyers need the house and the bank to give them the money for the house. The pre-approval is for realtors. So, they don't need to have that. And I also big believer of showing up. Just show up to the office. Things will happen. A lot of times I had a situation once when we went to see the house. I knew that this house is not going to work for a client. I still went there. You want to build relationships, things like that. The neighbor shows up out of nowhere, starts talking and things like that. Asked for a business card. I gave him in the beginning. Never thought about anything, this and that. 2 years later. Calls me. I don't even remember who he is. I can't recall him acting like I remember him. And then he gives me an address. I kind of put everything together. I didn't sell it, I didn't list it, but it was, it was kind of like this. And then a lot of times on some kind of holiday, Memorial Day or something, I went to the office. It was back when I was at Century 21 here in Park Ridge. Nobody in the office, this thing started ringing. So I pick up, it was a rental thing. I took it. I did the rentals back then. And then the owner comes in and says, usually when the holidays is and somebody's in the office, somebody will get a lead. So it's kind of like just showing up, just show up. It's like 50% of the job is done. Just to the office. Sometimes you'll get into some situations where sometimes I get a call and I see there's only one agent with me. I'm like, you want a lead? I got a lead, and then we can just show up. You didn't do anything. You were just there. Okay, structuring your day. You still okay for like 20, 30 minutes? Still got energy? Okay. Early in the morning, you got to go with a fresh energy, a lot of energy. You got to go at the hardest stuff. Whatever you pick, you have to do. You have to do it consistently. It has to be in your schedule. You cannot be at 9 a.m. driving to the grocery store. No, if you want to get to the high level, you have to kind of like prioritize your day. You have to structure it. So maybe you are a little bit different type of. Your day will be structured a little bit differently, but I strongly believe that you have to do it in the morning. That's my belief. So like I will sit down and make a lot of calls, my prospecting calls, whether it's cold, whether to my database, following up with clients, they're under contract, past clients, how did it go? You bought an investment, did you rent it? Did you get a price you wanted? All these type of calls, you get done with it. Now the hard part is done. If you have to go and make a showing in the morning because that's only what the client wants, it's a good thing. You have to do it. Go do the showing, come back and go back at the most important thing. If you can't make it, and if you can't, something is, it's okay. This day is not productive in your opinion. The next day something happened again. Well, then the third day we go back at it, and that's how. It's not going to be working all the time perfectly. You're not going to have every single morning structured perfectly, but at least it's your good habit that you are, you're sitting down and like, okay, I need to go through these calls first, or create a video. But I believe that first you have to take care of the day-to-day, the operations, calls, text, emails, reach out, follow up, showings. Showings, it doesn't matter, whatever. You could do them in the evening. But like things that are like business, like today, it needs to be done. And then in the afternoon, we do videos. If you're comfortable doing them. If you can't, do something else, maybe a picture. But social is the highway. It's that when 5 to 30 million, that's what's gonna put you on that's where you put the gas. That's that video that's gonna be spreading out all over. That's that gas that's gonna take you to 30 million. And sometimes even more. You build a team and do whatever you want. You can stop and whatever. You pick your production, whatever you want to do, as much as you want to do the video. And then you put some money behind the videos. You put some systems, but then it's later. All in the beginning, you just do the stuff that's free. Free. It only takes your sweat equity, your time, because you got a lot of it. Unless you have other job, that becomes a little bit tougher. Then you have to structure like after this job, I need to do the easy stuff first. Get Facebook organized, get friends listed, put some, stories of you being somewhere. Do these things that are comfortable, and slowly, a little bit, like one toe at a time, you go into uncomfortable stuff. And then you live in uncomfortable. It's just your space now, and then you do business in uncomfortable, being uncomfortable. That's when nobody's at. Nobody's in there. You by yourself in there, and that's when you grab everybody. That's like the white space. It's like no competition. And also, like you want to remember that with your database, your client, the sister gets the license. You lost the client pretty much, probably a lot of times. The client's not your client anymore. And that's why you want to grow the database, because just having a little bit of some database that's working today and you would like to keep it at the same level, just working with that database is not enough in my opinion. If you want to even if you want to have the same level of transactions throughout the years, oh my God, these notes, that's wow. The 2 pages, Yeah, so you want to grow your database so they, and then by growing the database, you'll feel like amount of transactions sometimes is still the same. Because if you haven't grown, your amount of transactions would have fallen because different reasons. Sometimes there was something that went in transaction that they didn't like. They think it's you, it wasn't you. No, it's not. It's not gonna work. The lead generate. So we are in the business of generating leads, right? So that's the number one job, is to look for new opportunities, and then serve those opportunities. So every time we have to keep in mind that we need more people to know about us. It's more leads, and then converting leads. That's another one. There's really no convert. Like I need to make you, like somehow you reached out to me, and now I have to get you on the contract. People will do a business when they want to do the business. They'll buy a property they want to buy, and if you're being comfortable to work with, I'll work with you. And I want to give you some more, okay, we spoke about Facebook. Types of videos, I think I'm going to show you, okay, let's do that one later. I'm going to give a couple advices for those who are already doing good. For those who already are selling, getting things going, you might become comfortable. You might feel like, I think I've got the deals going, I'm okay now. It's not you, it's your clients that gave you the opportunity to serve them. You always have to respect and always appreciate the fact that they gave you the opportunity. Don't become too arrogant and like I'm the king of real estate or queen. Always stay humble. Always be working the cheapest price possible, because that will, they will help you, and people will, okay, let me rephrase. Not always be working the cheapest, but also be working the cheap prices, because this will help you be a little bit more, if you're like growing and you feel like I'm at the 40, 50 deals, 60 deals, some people might get like a little bit of a celebrity feel or something like I'm better than anybody. This will backfire, this will hurt you big time. And so you want to keep being humble, just to stay, try to help everybody. And if it's too much and you see that, like right now, sometimes somebody calls me and I've got like a bunch of new clients and I can't handle, and I see that I'm not going to be the best agent for this client. So my best advice for them to have somebody else help them, because this is going to be horrible. The experience is going to be bad. And sometimes I don't prioritize by the price. It's just how comfortable right now I am to accept another client, because I feel like I'll get this going on. Like next week I'm going to Inman. Maybe somebody's going to Inman. You're going to Inman. Anybody else going to Inman? No? Let's go. It's expensive, $1,000, and then you got a ticket to a hotel and everything. But it's going to be like a big convention. So like next week I'm going to Inman, things like that. And if somebody calls me today, I'm not going to be able to help, things like that. So just wanted to spend more money on your database, not cold outreach. As soon as you start selling a lot, money goes into the database first. That's the first spot that money goes into. Whatever systems you can do. Oh, by the way, the postcards thing that I wanted to touch on, I like more mailers. You like more postcards, yeah?
Yeah.
I like letters. I like when they open it and then, I think that a little bit investment of time, but, whichever way, you might, you have to test. You have to test too. I don't know how to test it because there's no like tracking, because social can give you all the information. With this, who knows who opened, who throw it in the trash, probably 99% throw it in the trash. But one kept, and I don't know which one works better, but, up to you. I always use the letters. But yeah, the money back into the database first, and then on the outreach. But when you have no database and you have like 100 friends on Facebook, you do your stuff, the video, you share it to different groups, then you create an audience, you run ads against them. That's on my YouTube channel. I have a step-by-step. I'm gonna probably be posting it tomorrow or something. The step-by-step on the Facebook strategy. You create a video on Facebook page, you share it to groups, you create an audience. As soon as you get views from that audience. You create another video, and then you target that audience, the one that saw your first video, through the groups. You share it to groups, you get free views. You can always share to groups. Every single video, you share it to all the groups. Sometimes new people see it. And then you go to the ads manager, facebook.business.facebook.com, and then you retarget that audience. Again, super cheap. Money on the database. Yeah, and then every year it's only get better and better if you focus on your clients, because it's a marathon. The types of videos that produce best results, educational. Educational, you have to sign up for Inman, The Real Deal, Housing Wire, Crane Business, ChicagoBusiness.com. I think that's just these four. Inman is the best. Inman has, all the news, the market news. So like Inman, Housing Wire, The Real Deal, and Crane's Business, or ChicagoBusiness.com. It's the same thing, it's just different names. Cranes, you get all the sorts of, sometimes just random stuff, like somebody bought a 500 million complex in Mount Prospect, and you can talk about, I don't care about it, but I see you know stuff and you're interested about it. I like it. You as a realtor can attract me by telling me something I'm not interested about, but my opinion about you is that you're committed, Okay, and then as you're having deals going, you can do, the picture with the client at the closing, have an inspection and ask inspector something that they found. Inspectors, I think they all should have a blog. They always see issues. They don't have to say the address of the issue, but then you can say, here, today we got this picture, this means, they could be informing like crazy. Why nobody does any blogs. Inspector don't do blogs. Just think about how many blogs can do the attorneys. Attorneys know all the closing costs. They know all the title issues. They know the difference between titles. Do you know what the trust deed, the warranty deed, and the sheriff's deed have different? You probably don't. They know. They could have done, like these kind of things. Like they don't think. We have to do all the work for them and give them the deal. They're smart. They know a lot of realtors. They just accept business, and I don't have to do any content. Lenders could do all sorts of what's the buy down, what's the, all these things, like what's FHA, what's the benefit of FHA. I think we in our chat in the team, we had like a little video, not little, 1 hour and a half. Dima, you sent it, right? The video for the hour and a half about FHA? Oh, awesome video. Yeah. Oh, you sent. Yeah. That's an awesome video. It was like breaking down the whole thing, A to Z. They should all do these things. And then we can do it for them. We can do a little interview too, with them. And then here, give me this. You can chop it up. You can do, like a skill of editing a video is one of the skills you also in the beginning you might want to get, because you can do it on your own. You have time. In the evening, what are you going to do? You're going to call? You're not going to call? You're going to follow up with clients? You already followed up. You got only 2 clients or something. You can start editing videos and do one long, chop it up, share it, spread it all over. A testimonial from the client too. You can do, we got Carlos always, if we do events with clients, he'll always stick a camera in your face and try to get the testimonial. They always do it. You don't have to do it that way. You can just be at the closing. Hey, I'm here at the closing. Sometimes they're not comfortable. I get it. Sometimes they say, I don't want to do it. But maybe for the one that's comfortable, you can do one testimonial after all the deals, or maybe even after showings. You have, just think outside the box a little bit. You can always come up with something that will, not everybody does. Everybody maybe does pictures at the closings. Do them too. Those work. Those are awesome. If you just do these, you'll be like, you're selling left and right. You know this business. Those also work. Try every opportunity. At the inspection, you can do a selfie, every time you will start posting more, you will see the business picks up, and people that know you're in the business, they're not going to ask a question that, oh, I don't know, are you still in the business, or are you, I didn't know that you're a realtor. Oh, I actually forgot. Oh, you know what? My wife or my husband actually knows this person and they hired you. So that relationship and that marketing was better than yours, but that's okay. You will not win them all, you know? You're not gonna get them all and be comfortable with it. That's all fine. Just keep going. And like, business is unlimited. There's more than you can handle. Nobody can steal any business from you. If somebody went with another agent, no problem. There's many of clients. There's more coming. There's more than maturing than thinking about selling. In 2 years, people that are going to college or high school are going to be buying. Who's working with them? Right now, nobody. So it's up to all of us to start making relationship with them. People that are downsizing are going to start thinking about doing something. And their realtor is already out of the business because they bought it 10 years ago. The realtor decided not to sell anymore. You know, they moved to Florida. Now this guy's out of no realtor. So many opportunities. This thing goes back around. So don't worry. You lost the deal, no problem. You get another one. You get more. I guess maybe we'll look at my very first video, you know. The one that I decided to do the restaurant interviews because I heard it from Gary Vee. If you know Gary Vee, very, very smart guy, helped me understand that I am the media company and then realtor. I did not get it in the beginning. You first is a media company. You're an outlet for the news, for all the entertainment, education. You're the channel, comma, I also can sell the house. But first this, and if you start understanding that this is all about the reach and then helping, educating for free, I'm not expecting anything, I'm for free educating, then you might end up getting, you know, some relationship going and maybe some sales. And that kind of, he told me about interviewing restaurant. I'm like, oh my God, this is like, how am I going to do the interviews with restaurants? And then I found a company called Whistle Realty through California. They have a blog called East County Eats. And in the beginning, they had East County, everything East County, or something like that. And they were doing it professionally. Like, it's an intro, it's the interview, it's the B-roll, and it's the outro. Like, I thought it's like selfie, and then we can just maybe a little talk, or maybe we can just record and put in music. And I decided, okay, if they're doing this way, I'll try to do it that way too. And I did it myself. I want to show it. Carlos, how do I do it? This is my very first. And I would reach out to businesses, and they would tell me no. They would not understand. But then one guy said, okay, and this one. Oh, actually, you can see all of them if you find on Facebook Chicago Suburbs Life. That was my page. Yeah, you can see them all.
I did.
Wait. I think right there. Close at 7. It was 8 or 9. They told me to come. I came at 6. I couldn't sleep all night. I was planning how I'm going to do it. I'm here at 6. Nobody's there. No cars, no owners. I'm just standing here, and I'm trying like 10 or 20 times to do the video. Why is it, why is it? Free Carlos. That's right. Hey there, it's Oleg, Century 21. Thank you so much for joining me today for the first episode of Chicago Suburbs Life. My mission with Chicago Suburbs Life is to spotlight businesses and community organizations in suburbs of Chicago, learn more about them and what they have to offer. So today, we're here at Daniel's Caviar in Buffalo Grove. Let's go inside and check it out. Thanks so much for joining me today, Sasha.
Yeah.
So we're here in Daniel's Caviar, so tell us a little bit about your business.
So we are a small store, but we specialize in black and red caviar. A lot of fish, meat, a lot of interesting products you can't find anywhere else. We have the largest amount of caviar in one store. Starting off with kilogram, we have half kilo of black and red. Black kilogram, you can get 100 grams, 200 grams, 50 grams, 30 grams in a pound. And there's 20 different
That's
types
meat.
of meat, so you have a lot to choose from.
And also I know that you have meat here, so talk a little bit about the meat.
The meat, there's a lot of different ones. There's python, wild boar, rabbits from France and Spain. We have a lot of different foie gras, duck pate, and we also have fresh duck, foie gras, breast, different types of parts like that. We also have emus, antelope, elk,
Look.
so a lot of different things to choose from.
All right, so what makes you guys different? 12,000 views.
Well, in the other stores, you can't
No
find
money.
the large amount of seafood that we have, all wild caught. You can't find the amount of caviar that we have anywhere in one place. And of course, the wild products that we have. We're the
all I have
best
to do.
priced
Talk
caviar
about.
around. You can never find as much caviar as we have in any other stores.
Do you guys have a bestseller here?
The bestseller varies because we have a caviar
2018.
and meat and fish for every budget, for every price point, and we're the only store that offers this great variety of different types of products. We're located 400 West Dundee on 400 Village Plaza in Buffalo Grove.
So if people want to learn more about your store, where will they go?
You can find us on Facebook, on Instagram, and our website, Daniel's Caviar Co. everywhere. Give us a like.
Okay, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching this episode of Chicago Suburbs Life. Make sure you like it, comment, and most importantly, share on it so more people can learn about Daniel's Caviar here in Buffalo Grove. If you run a business, a community organization, you would like to be featured on Chicago Suburbs Life, give me a call. Oleg, Century 21, 847-235-0305. Thanks so much. It never said in Realtor, but it says Century 21 on the bottom. But that was okay. You know, as soon as they see, you know, it says now this, but it changes. In the beginning, it was Komar Inc, I think, Century 21 Real Estate. So they kind of put it one together. They're going to research, you know, don't worry about it. They're going to figure it out. But this video, I never spent any money. But you see, it was her father in the back. He was sitting and telling her what to say. I was telling her the recording is going. As soon as you click, you know, talk, whatever you feel comfortable. You know, I asked her, I'm going to ask you a question. Let me know when you're ready. And it was just messy, you know, just like the guy was super happy. Every time I come in, he remembers me, shake hand. You know, I got a good guy. I never got any business from him, but, you know, it's not the point. I was going to, this thing is magic. This is magic, bullet, you know. This is the best thing that ever happened to me, doing these things. I got 17 of them. You can look at everything. You can see the last one we did with a microphone with a bunch of drones going. And then we stopped, we got busy, you know. That's a problem. You're going to get busy with this. You do a video, you're going to be overwhelmed with people trying to do business with you, you know. But it doesn't work right away. And then the last one we did was the cars. I thought that it's too much me, it's too much talk, it's better video and a bunch of B-roll, it's better. So you can do the intro. We're going to be looking at, let's go and check it out. Your information is going to be at the bottom. Your profile is going to be there. They're going to click, they're going to find out who you are. You don't have to sell it on the video. You're just there in the beginning, and then it's the owner who says a couple words. Don't overwhelm them with talking to. Some of them are freaking out because they have to talk and they never did anything on the camera. You do a bunch of B-roll with the music. I got in Buffalo Grove the Aragvi Georgian Bakery. We filmed with no words. The guy said, "I'm not speaking anything," and I just did it in the beginning. Hey, we're here to check it out. 20,000 views. On its own, with the music. And then my sister from Toronto, she says, that's the only one I watched from beginning to the end. So don't talk, you know. And then, but I want to have my face in the beginning so people recognize. And then I would go to Fresh Farms or somewhere in Buffalo Grove, and I see people kind of see me from the video, you know. That's magic. Because this is being reshared by other people. So if you can have something resharing, you can also do something like in the city, do a giveaway or on some kind of a holiday and have somebody record it. People would reshare something that will touch people, will reshare. People that live in certain city and you doing a review on a restaurant, they are proud of their city and their restaurant, so they will reshare this stuff. And your stuff will be accepted in Facebook groups. It will go in there, admin will approve because that's showcasing some kind of event. You can do some children stuff. If you can interview a school, this is bananas. This is crazy now. You're gonna be a star right away. Right now we're putting a lot of stuff. We're putting podcast on the Facebook. We're putting shorts. What else we putting, Carlos? You're putting now stuff.
Mostly reels.
Reels we reshare. Okay. I'm most of the time I'm just real estate right now. And if you're talking about platforms, YouTube versus Facebook versus Instagram, I strongly believe that Facebook is the king for real estate. if you want to be an agent, because it's kind of local. Facebook is local. YouTube is like an ocean. So if you speak into, if you're in the market where people are moving to Texas, Florida, you can do a review on a city. That is Googled. People Googling, hey, what's that? Naples, Florida review. They like to watch these videos, and then, it's a realtor, click, and then everything about the area, the reviews of the area. I'm moving in, I don't know anything. Just creating audiences. Maybe you have an email list. You can upload the email list into the audience. If you have a website, if people click and go into your website, you can upload those people into the audience. Facebook audience gives you like 10 different ways to upload the audience, based on views, based on engagement to your page, email list, website clicks, engagements, all sorts of kind of people doing stuff. You can upload them into the audience and target the ads at them. I think Facebook is the king. Like the reason I started growing a team, because I was overwhelmed. I couldn't keep up. The leads would come in. I can't keep up. I'm dying. Wednesday to go and wash the car, to me it's impossible. I have no time to wash my car, to get a haircut. It was crazy. So I needed to either stay everybody and I'm not taking no more clients. And then that's the way to the bottom. Yeah, I was forced to grow because I was couldn't keep up. I couldn't keep up. And if it was going same like wife is giving birth to our daughter, I'm over there doing negotiations and it's just a nightmare. Showings 24/7 all the time, which was fine. But it's not sustainable. And I always try to get the good experience for the client, and then they're gonna start referring now, and then there's more coming, so you have to figure out something. First is the business, then you grow, not the other way around. Some people want the team because it's cool. And then what are you gonna do for people? You have to give them leads. Now you have to spend money. And then it's just the road to problems. Because spending money on leads, they all horrible. Zillow lead costs like $200 or $300. I don't know if anybody buying the Zillow leads. I never bought. But in the beginning, they called me. They wanted me to buy them. They wanted me to sell they tried to sell me the Zillow leads. They're expensive. And I know that agents that are calling these Zillow leads, conversion is 2 to 3%. So you have to call 100 people to get 2 that are real buyers. So how good is that? You spend $100, $200 each, 20 grand or something? You're lucky if you get your money back. So now that's you're growing because you want to grow. Like I want to go open a team because everybody's doing a team now. Team is a thing. So I get a team. I get a couple people and tell them to do something. I believe in helping them grow. Give them some leads. You got to give them some leads, some systems. Here, I got a list. For free. Try. If you close, I need to get compensated too for taking a risk, but you have an opportunity. It's good for new agent. I want to Sue. She was gonna give me a big list of Zillow leads. I said, please give me that list. I want to call all of them. For some reason, it didn't work out, and she forgot or she didn't want it to share with me or something. I said, if I close this thing, I'll give me a little bit. I need something. Give me some food. And it would never work, but I was just begging. I was every day, give me the list. I just wanted the list. And in the beginning, you were looking for the cheapest. You're looking for free plus very cheap. Benches. Depends on how much it costs. I don't believe in benches and Mariano's cards. I don't believe in them, but if it's free, I'll do it. I'm on a newspaper, I get nothing from the newspaper, but I'm doing it to support the community. I was doing the radios, 2 radios. I'm on the 2 radios. One is every Wednesday, 10 minutes. I talk with updates and everything. The other one, I was on 7:40 a.m. That's the thing you wave. Every some kind of months or something, and then they transitioned to the Facebook. So I did episodes with there. Got a lot of business from there. And now I was trying to, but it was cheap too. I'm trying to be cheap, One story that happened to me a couple days ago, I met with a realtor. He's one of the top producers here. We met for cigar. We smoked cigar. He's coming in. He's going into the store to buy him. 2 cops come in, and they kind of, hey, you're a realtor. I see you everywhere. This and that. And he goes, yeah, I'm a realtor. A little conversation here and there. So he goes to the counter. He pays for the cigar. He says, these guys on me. Here's a card. Whatever they buy, it's on me. So he goes, we sit, and then the two cops coming to him is like, man, bro, thanks so much. He paid for them. And then, so this is gonna go a long way, you know. He gave him the card. They shook hands. Now he knows local cops who got a cigar from him because they saw him on the bench, actually, probably. I don't know where, maybe Facebook, maybe somewhere else. So he kind of thought on his feet. So here's an opportunity for me to maybe, and then he left the card and he paid for them. You know, and then it was just the magic in front of my eyes happening. And then the cashier started telling everybody that he's the top realtor. And I'm sitting there, I'm also a realtor, and he's not promoting me, he's promoting this guy. So this little Jess, he spent $40, the whole thing, now he exchanged it with the electrician sat there, and those two things like that, you know. This doesn't happen every day, but then you're like, if you think about this stuff all the time, you know. Now, I've never, maybe that's a habit that he maybe developed. Like in Starbucks, you know, I was paid by somebody else in front of me. You can kind of maybe develop this thing, but if you pay and you leave and then they never see you again, it's kind of you, here, it worked out that they came back to him, you know. The 2021 housing market, super hot. We bought Albert Way's $10 gift cards and sent it to everybody and put a sticker. No, we wrote with a hand, the real estate market is too hot, cool it off with a scoop of ice cream, you know. $10 gift card, cost us $1,000 or something, but 100 people got a gift card. Okay, I think I'm tired already. Thank you. No, it's too many.